What's good, traders? My name is Tone, and we got a critical setup going into tomorrow's session because SPY is sitting right at one of those levels where the next move might completely trap one side of this market. And honestly, after looking at this price action top down, I think tomorrow's opening hour is going to tell us everything. So let's start with the daily chart first. When you zoom out, SPY had an insane move off those lows. I mean, buyers were in full control. Straight expansion higher, aggressive momentum, barely any meaningful pullbacks, and the entire move left a bunch of gaps underneath price. But now, things are starting to change a little bit. The momentum doesn't look as clean anymore. Up near those highs around the 748 to 750 area, price started rejecting pretty hard. And instead of continuing higher smoothly, we started seeing hesitation, weaker pushes, and momentum slowing down. That tells me institutions are becoming a little more cautious up here. And remember, when a market rallies this hard without properly backfilling areas underneath, eventually price starts searching for liquidity again. That's why all those gaps below matter. So from the daily perspective, I don't think we're in easy bullish continuation mode anymore. I think we're now in a reaction phase where buyers need to prove they still have control. Now, when we move over to the hourly chart, this is where things get really laser clean. You can clearly see the rejection from the highs, and after that rejection, SPY started putting in lower highs and weaker bounces. That's not what strong momentum normally looks like. Strong bullish momentum keeps pressing higher and holding highs. Instead, price rolled over into the 730-339 area before buyers stepped in and started the bounce. Now, yes, we did get a bounce, but here's the problem. This bounce is now running directly back into resistance. That's why tomorrow matters so much. Because if buyers can reclaim this area and actually hold it, then maybe this pullback was just temporary profit taking before another push higher. But if this bounce starts failing up here, especially near that 740 to 741.50 area, then this whole move starts looking like a trap. And honestly, I think that's the main battle tomorrow. Now let's drill down into the 5-minute chart because this is where the actual execution comes in. Right now, SPY is trying to reclaim 738.56. That's the key level I'm watching immediately at the open. Bulls need to get above that level and stay above it. Not just wick over it for a few minutes. I mean actually hold it and start building higher lows. For the long setup, I want to see SPY reclaim 738.56, hold above it, then put in a higher low on the 5-minute chart. That's the confirmation entry. I do not want to chase the first big green candle. If that confirmation happens, then I'm targeting 740 first, then 741.50, and potentially 744.29 if momentum stays strong. For the stop loss on the long side, I want price staying above the reclaim area. If SPY loses 738.56 after reclaiming it, that long setup starts weakening fast. But if SPY pushes into resistance and starts stalling out, putting in weak candles, or failing to hold these reclaim attempts, then I think the short setup becomes very attractive. For the short entry, I want to see rejection near 740 to 741.50, followed by a lower high on the 5-minute chart. That's where bears can step in with momentum confirmation. If that happens, then I'm targeting 737 first, then 735, then 733.50. And if sellers really gain control here, then this bounce likely fully fails and SPY could start pushing back toward the 732 to 730 area pretty quickly. For the stop loss on the short side, I would not want to see price reclaim and hold above the rejection candle high. If buyers take back control above resistance, that short setup is invalidated. So for tomorrow, I'm not chasing green candles into resistance, and I'm not blindly shorting weakness into support either. I want confirmation first. If buyers reclaim and hold the level, there's a long opportunity. If this bounce rejects and rolls over, I think bears regain control. Simple as that. But one thing I do know, tomorrow is not the type of day to trade emotionally. This is one of those sessions where patience is probably going to pay traders the most. All right, traders, that's the setup going into tomorrow. If this helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe because we're tracking these levels every single day using pure, raw price action. No indicators, no fluff, just execution. Stay sharp.